Hey guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well, have a good week. It would help if I actually send the tweet out to Sam Live. That would help. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. So today we are doing something totally different. This is just going to be like a one-off really. I don't see this being a regular thing at all. But basically I just wanted to take a break from all the RPG stuff we've been doing and just do something totally different for a stream. And then we'll go back to what we used to the weekend. Keys up running in the 90s. It would fit. Thought something had gone wrong then. Oh god, not a Nissan Silvia. So, I used to own a Nissan Silvia. Yeah, for those who may not be aware, outside of Phantasy Star, one of my other sort of big interests is I've always been really into particularly Japanese cars. So games like this are just perfect for me. So at the moment, I basically drive one of those, or hardtop version. Phantasy Star III killed JRPG passion in this guy so hard he needed to play a racing game. I mean, Phantasy Star III is not brilliant in some places, but trust me, it did not make me play a racing game. I did the same kind of thing with Phantasy Star 1 and 2 as well, where just every few weeks or so, usually after every like handful of streams, I'd do like a week off from it and then go back to it. Big Interest mentions it for the first time. Well, it's never really been anything that's been sort of Phantasy Star adjacent, so I never really felt a reason to. I think I did post my cars in the Discord a while back though, so I have posted them before. But yeah, I apologise, I'm a big car nerd as well. You better get a Toyota, my G. The only Toyota I have owned is my first car was a Celica. Is there any JRPG plus racing games? I mean, this does actually have a story. Not that you're going to invest too much into it, but it does have a story. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh game where you're on bikes. There is. Just need to slap a Phantasy Star sticker on your car and then it's adjacent. I could. Yeah, this game at the minute, it's still in early access. They've actually just extended the early access for it. I can't remember when the actual release date is for it now, but it's quite a while off. But to be honest, it is still worth playing even in early access because there's still a lot to do in it. See if they have a Mark II or a Chaser. I'm pretty sure that I think at least, in fact, I think Mark X is definitely in. Hey, boink. Rage Racer, almost. I can't remember what Toyotas are in this now, actually. The car list is quite small at the minute because it's still early access, but so far you have a box. There is an A86 Levin. There's obviously an A86 Trino because the initial decal has to be in. And then there is a 86 as well. At the minute, I haven't really invested in the Toyota tree. I've been going down the Mazda route mainly. So actually, I think they're the only ones I've unlocked at the minute. There is more. I think you have to unlock it here. I'm sure that, yeah, you would. But the way this works basically is as you race, you basically challenge different racers around Tokyo, and as you beat them, you get points, and then the points you can use to unlock perks on your tree, which can unlock more cars. So there is more Toyotas than I'm sure. It's just I haven't really invested in the Toyota skill tree yet. So there is, let's have a look, what else haven't I got? There's a GR86. There you go, there's a Chaser. So Chaser is definitely there. There's a Mark X, Mark III Supra, a Crown, and a Mark IV Supra. I'm going down the Mazda route because I want the RX-7. Okay, so far that's the furthest I can go though, because some of these are kind of gated to story progress as well. So you have to beat like certain bosses to be able to unlock some of the cars as well. Is there a Subaru Impreza? Let's have a look. There probably is. In fact, I'm pretty certain there is. Okay, there's a BRZ. There's a Levorg. Another Levorg. A WRX STI, so that's like a newer one. And then there is an old Impreza as well. You're joking about Initial D, but the game is Initial D's plot pretty much. More or less, yeah, you basically just challenge different teams and slowly become the best racer. It's quite cool the way they do it though. There is also Bug-Eye Impreza, Blob-Eye Impreza, and Hawkeye Impreza as well. What time is it over there? It is currently 10 to 7. I do work, I live in the UK, and I finished work a few hours ago. Yeah, so at the minute, I only have a couple of cars for now. I mean, there had to be an Impreza in it, didn't there? I think the only sort of notable omission from this so far is there's no Hondas. But as far as I'm aware, I think I've heard that they are trying to work out a licensing deal with Honda at the minute, so they might get added in the future. What do you do for work? I work in a hospital. Yes, I'm currently driving an RX-8 because I used to own one of these as well. Not a doctor, no. No, I basically deal with a lot of their systems, so yeah. I haven't seen Tokyo Xtreme Racer since Dreamcast. Yeah, this one's on Steam at the minute, it's in early access. We'll get into the racing in a minute. One thing I hope they do change is the way you navigate the menus in this, because you basically use it all through this cursor. I'm doing this with controller. For some reason you can't just navigate via D-pad. You have to do it via this way, which is a choice. Yeah, where's the Sylvia I used to own? I used to own that one, S15. So I might post the cars again on the Discord once the stream finishes. Yeah, I've had a few cars that are in sort of games like this in Gran Turismo, so I had an S15 Sylvia, I had an RX-8, I've currently got an MX-5. I also had a DC-5 Integra as well. Yeah, so the way this works basically is you basically go out for the night and you basically spend most of the night out on the Tokyo roads. You basically select your tyres before you go out. The harder the compound of the tyre is, the longer they last, but the worse grip they have. Although, to be honest, I don't notice much difference. And there's also skills you can do to earn more money and so on. But the way it works basically is you basically have all these different objectives to beat different teams. All of the different racers, they'll show up on the map where they are, and there's like different categories of racers that you can race against. So there's ones that are just team members, which are like your normal racers, and there's boss encounters, which are much harder ones. And there's also these things called Wanderers as well, which are these special cars that you have to fulfill like certain conditions to be able to battle them, and they tend to be the hardest ones. So the way it works, if you haven't seen this before, is you basically have all this map. The map is huge. You do have to kind of unlock it as you get through the story. It is a bit smaller than this when you first start, but it does unlock quite quickly. You can basically join at any of the in-ramps, and that'll dictate the direction you go in. You're basically just looking for these icons on the map for different teams to go against. Any that are question marks are ones that I haven't fought yet. Had to AFK a bit, so the joke is late now. But I lost an opportunity when... That's what to do. I delivered tofu. I said what my day job was. Maybe I do that on a night, you know? So let's join here. But yeah, considering this is an early access, it is actually, there is quite a lot to it. Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 is a bit different than I remembered. It is, it's changed a bit. Yeah, and Phantasy Star 3 will be coming back next week for anyone that's interested. So when you see someone, you basically just flash them to start a battle against them. I have no idea if I'll get obliterated. We can try. That's an Impreza. So, yeah, the way the battles work is we basically have a health bar at the top of the screen. As someone pulls away from you, you'll start losing health, and as you pull away from them, they'll lose health. He is pretty quick. That was not the player. So he might get me the first time here. The card does have HP, yeah, so you see as he's pulling away there, I'll start losing health. If I get in front of him, then he'll start losing health. So he is quite high level. Don't be around pedestrians. The really funny thing about this game is you can race any car. You can try pit maneuvering them if you want to. Let's try again. He's higher level than me, so... Yeah, all you need to do to re-challenge him is just, you basically flash your lights at them. I do have Nitrous on this car as well, so I can use it if I need to. Yeah, so we're pulling away from him now, so his health's starting to go down. There we go, we got him. Speedster of the Three Realms sounds like a Dark Souls boss. Yeah, some of the racer names in this are really funny. The funny thing is, your name, you can't really choose. Your name basically changes as you battle, and depending on what you do in battles, it'll kind of give you nicknames based on that. But yeah, you can, I said it earlier, but you can literally challenge anything on the road. The taxis in this game are absolutely infamous because the taxis are way faster than they have any right to be. But I could find like a truck or something, like this truck here, I can race this if I want to. So I can race this. For no real reason whatsoever. I say race in the loosest terms. Yeah, he's not having a good day. He agreed to the race though. The nameless one. Yeah, all of the like random traffic always shows as the nameless one. But you can see as I'm going around, it might be just about where my camera is actually. I may possibly move my camera because it's kind of over the gauges at the minute. Yeah, RX-8 Peak, yeah. I was just saying I used to own one. Yeah, let's see if I move this camera. Mid-left looks like a good spot. There you go. Yeah, I really should group things in OBS. Can you give some honest feedback on the game? Yeah, I haven't played it for a few weeks, admittedly, but yeah, I generally don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. I think they're still working on things with it. The handling feels a little bit weird at times. It kind of feels... Well, I think the nicest way to put it is it feels kind of impossible to drift. Yeah, I did provide feedback as I don't mind it. To be fair though, Kilnia, I haven't played this in weeks. So I could say, oh yeah, it's brilliant, not knowing that they've changed loads of things and made it terrible. So from what I've experienced in the few minutes I've been streaming, it seems okay. So you were saying mid-left Kilnia, so what about here? Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it'll probably cover the health if I put it there. So we'll put it maybe about there. Just give me a sec while I get this adjusted. I will group it after the stream. Yeah, that'll do. And what button do you have to push to running in the 90s? Just playing the game, it makes it run in the 90s. I think it's realistic. I lived in Tokyo up until recently and really missed the vibe. Wanted to know if it's worth buying the game. Honestly, from what I understand, the roads are basically mapped on Tokyo, so the roads should feel quite realistic. I mean, I've been to Japan a few years back, and it does feel like the areas of Tokyo. The handling is... It is an arcade racer. You know, there's no doubt about that, but... It feels like the rear tyres don't break traction very easily. So it's quite hard to actually drift. Alright, so we've got Thunder Eagle. What are you driving? It's another Impreza. So I guess the Impreza clan is around here. Yeah, it is a really fun game though. It's like I said, it's still early access, but there is a surprising amount to do in it for an early access game. This is probably also the only game where an RX-8 is actually fast. Having owned an RX-8, they are not. that's something new they've added since I played last time. So whenever you get an area on the map where the road splits, you often couldn't tell which route your rival was going to take, and if your rival took the opposite route, it would just force a draw, which really sucked because you had no real way of telling. If you were behind them, it was fine because sometimes they would indicate to show you which way they were going. But they've actually added it now where it shows you what route your rival's going to take, which does help. But yeah, I would say that if you enjoy sort of old, like early 2000s arcade races, you'll probably really like this because it does feel like a reimagining of that. I mean, I know there is the really old Tokyo Xtreme Racer games. But yeah, it's honestly a very refreshing game, and the fact that there's no microtransactions or anything either. It's just nice. Right, who are you? That is a Mark III Supra. That kind of scares me. This is a horrible place to race in as well. A lot of this, I think, is about sort of picking your moment to start the race, so you can get them on a good part of the map. It's like here will be a terrible time to start because I wouldn't be able to overtake. Try now. I think this guy might just destroy me. The RX-8 is just unreasonably quick in this though. I don't know why it's so fast. He's pulling away a little bit though. One thing I will say is I don't know how this works on the steering wheel. I don't have a steering wheel anymore, unfortunately, so I don't know how well it works on that. I don't know why he just slowed down a lot there, but I'll take it. The races sometimes can go on for quite a while because if you just sort of nose the tail, no one loses any health. There, we got him. Cool. The other cool thing as well is that as you beat races, you actually unlock their emblems that you can put on your car. So you can basically like kill things on your car as you defeat each of the rivals. You can stick their badge on it. Are there actual racetracks or is it all street stuff? Yes, so it is all street stuff. It's entirely based around this loop of Tokyo. In regards to tyre durability, yes there is. So as you race more during the night, your tyres will burn out slowly and your grip will get worse. There is parking areas scattered around the map that you can pull into to replenish your tyres, but it costs you money to do that. So sometimes it's making a call of do you want to pit in, get some more tyres, but spend some money, so that you can go out and then earn some more money. Or do you want to go back to the garage for that night and then go out again the next night? So this guy, I can't race at the minute. So this is one of the Wanderers that I mentioned. He's called Wind of Napoli, and he has pizza advertisements on his car, but for some reason. You can only race this guy, I think, if you're driving the same type car. But yeah, he really likes pizza. The really cool thing about this is that all the races actually have like their own personalities and their like biographies and everything. Cue the Phantasy Star I pizza music, yeah. If there was ever a time. Isn't it a pizzeria delivery car? It could be. Someone else new here. I think I might have the tyres for it. Oh god, no, that's an R34 GTR. I really don't ever want to deal with that. Oh, go on. I just want to get embarrassed now. This is not going to go well. I had to use all my night race just to catch up to him. I'm getting the slipstream on him though. Also, all the drivers do drive differently as well, so some of them will drive very aggressively, some of them will give you a lot of space. You're going that way, are you serious? That was very spicy. Yeah, I think he's got me now. I did not expect to beat an R34. Probably slightly out of my league at the minute. The other thing about handling is when you brake when you're slowing down, your car, the rear end of the car seems to get really unstable. American street races and Japanese cars. So our tyres are basically shot. I think we should probably go back to the garage because my night race is out as well, so... Just rams in retaliation. It was accidental. I do feel that, you know, if he's the one behind, he shouldn't choose where he's going. You know, wait until the last minute to tell me that he's taking one of the exits. Alright, so now we return to garage. So yeah, so for some reason your nickname is called your bad name. So my current one is Prosperous Shark, which I have no idea what that means. They're now saying Midweek Magician, I guess because I'm racing midweek. So yeah, sure, I'll change to Midweek Magician. Why not? So you can see on the right here we've got some what's known as BP. So BP is a currency that you earn to unlock your perks, and you get those by beating cars that you've never beaten before. It does mean there is a finite amount of BP in the game, so you do need to be kind of careful what you unlock, which is why I haven't unlocked some of the cars, because you want to make sure you unlock a lot of the other stuff. Again, though, early access, so there's probably going to be a lot more cars when the full game releases. So I think at the minute I was going towards something, I just can't remember what it was. I think I was trying to unlock the next tier of cars. I mean, what I want eventually is that Skyline. That's like one of my favourite cars ever. But that is a lot of work. So to unlock that RX-7, what do we need to do? So there's a boss called Cinderella past midnight who we need to beat. I haven't actually seen it yet though, so I think I need to beat a load of other teams before she appears. Yeah, so we've got these objectives here, so we need to beat all these different teams. The horses have turned back into mice, maybe. So we've got 4 different teams to be here. These unlock like different elements of the story. Yeah, the map honestly is massive. I think when you start, you basically have mainly just this bit up here, and then it sort of gradually unlocks as you play through the game. Right, there is parking area there and someone wants to speak to me there, so... I think I joined from this ramp here. But yeah, I've always loved cars like this, so you know, when I grew up I played a lot of Gran Turismo. Noticing it disturbing lack of Eurobeat though. There is some that's kind of similar to Eurobeat. A lot of the music in this, from what I understand, is kind of remixes of the music from the old Tokyo Xtreme Racer games. Right, so if I follow this, there should be a parking area along here somewhere. Is it all real parking lots like Daikoku or Tatsumi? Yeah, so Daikoku and Tatsumi are both in this. So this one's Hakazaki. I think there's about, is it 4 or 5 parking areas? The parking areas actually have a purpose in the game, so when you arrive at a parking area, first of all, there's people that you can talk to. You can also do all your setup on your car here as well, so you can change all your settings, you can refill your nitrous and you change your tyres if you need to. There's usually people you can talk to. The art style's really interesting for this. It's kind of, everyone is these kind of black and white silhouettes, but I do kind of like the aesthetic. So some of these will just give you kind of flavour text really, but some of them will actually give you hints on how to unlock certain races. So I'll talk to Awkward Man. I saw Shonan Affair on the C1, but he didn't accept my battle. Apparently he only battles machines with rotary engines. Yeah, it's a really interesting aesthetic they went for with this. So this guy, so he's telling me basically how to unlock a battle against one of the Wanderers. So they will only battle cars that have rotary engines, which is good for me because the RX-8 is a rotary engine. So if that guy shows up on the C1, he should accept a battle. It does mean as well that you kind of need to unlock certain cars as well to be able to battle some of the Wanderers, which I think is a good way of getting you to explore the different cars in the game. We also have Serious Looking Man. Storm Streamer is at the Hakazaki parking area, but he only appears on weekends. Seems to have changed jobs and can't come in on weekdays anymore. It's important to get used to any new job so it can't be helped. So they're telling us that there's another Wanderer that only shows up at this parking area only on weekends. So the day in game kind of cycles one day every time you come in after a night racing. So it's a Friday at the minute, so potentially the next day that guy might turn up at this parking area. At the minute it's only one player, like a single player offline. I think they've said that they're not planning at the minute to add any multiplayer or anything. I think it would be kind of cool to have an online component to it, but I think for now their main focus is to focus on the single player. I think from what I've heard, I think the budget for the game is quite small. So I think the dev team for it is actually quite small as well, so they're focusing more on like getting the single player right. It's basically meant to just feel like an old sort of early 2000s arcade game. So then there's quite a few races here as well. Can make or break it. I think for this, I think it'll work fine because people who don't want to deal with games that are full of microtransactions, who just want to jump on, do a few races, I think for those kind of people this will work really well. And probably people who have a lot of like nostalgia and love for the like early 2000s racing games. It's almost been 10 years since I started driving. White Cat has become reliable lately, but I can't leave her alone. Should I start looking for a team that can take care of her for the future? So sometimes the races will just be in the parking areas as well, and they'll just want to talk to you, and they'll again sometimes give you little hints what's going on. Are you working out? Nope. If you feel out of shape, why not join the sports event I'm hosting? A well-trained body can make a difference in reaction time when driving. That is an interesting name. Gothic the My Lord. Hey, you. You were racing with Eternal Polaris the other day, right? Cool girl driving an awesome car. So hot and infatuating, it's too much to handle, right? I'm not even going to read that. We know where his priorities are. Never speak to me again. We found the weeb. The names in the game are hilarious, they are. All or nothing fullback. Just in case you're wondering if he plays American football. I thought I'd have some fun with the Machine Rangers guys, but that Sentai Silver guy said, I'm the extra warrior and just watch from above. If I mess with the others, they'll get hurt. There is kind of a cool mechanic in this game as well, where sometimes when you battle someone in a team, occasionally another team member will jump into the battle as well, and you have to beat both of them. Business trip returnee looking office worker. Many street racers and insiders gather at the parking area. Their chalks are often useful, so try talking to them. How about it? My advice was useful, right? Not particularly. I don't like soft. It's less bumpy and the ride is comfortable, but it feels a bit wobbly. Please stop being weird. I know you're talking about car suspension, but please just stop. So we do have a few cars here that we can battle if we want to. So sometimes team members will just hang out in the parking areas and you can challenge them to a battle from the parking area. So you do have another RX-8. There is another RX-8. So what I'm getting here is there's some people here are quite keen on rotaries. Yeah, so there is a Wanderer here. So this Wanderer, I think to battle this guy you need to be driving the same type of car. I do not have a Mark X at the minute, so I can't battle him yet. It's just really cool because it gives you an incentive to go after the different cars in the game. Sure. I'll battle you. So I guess this team is all based around American football players. From what I understand as well, I think a lot of the rivals in this are rivals from the early games as well. I mean, this should just never happen. This guy's kind of getting wasted. There is other camera views in the game as well. The only thing that's kind of lacking at the minute is there is no interior view. Which again I think is down to just it being quite a small budget game. Yeah, so we'll beat that guy quite easily. That was not particularly difficult. That was just practice, right? Yeah, if you say so. So what I'll do is I'll return to garage. And I'll show you Daikoku parking area. Yes, I know you gal earlier said about Daikoku, so I'm assuming you're quite big into cars, because if you know about Daikoku, you know about Japanese cars. So, I believe, where is it? I think, is this it here? Yeah, that's Daikoku there, so I need an on-ramp that can get me there. Could use that one, but it's a bit of a drive. And that one's closer. The way the map split up is kind of weird, so once you basically join on a ramp, you're stuck on that side of the road. There's no way of sort of crossing over and changing to the other side. You have to basically go back to the garage and then select another on-ramp, which is a bit weird, but I guess the way it does it is that I suppose each on-ramp is maybe like an instance. Do you make car noises when you play this? No, because the car makes it for me. Save the car noises for when I'm driving a real car, you know? After watching for some time, feel the game's pretty realistic. Remember all the streets, on-ramps and exits. I think it is actually modelled on Tokyo. You used to drive there basically every day. Oh, cool. Did you actually live out there then? Oh, nice. Well, there is a guy here, but it's right near the parking area, so I'm not going to get a chance. What type of car was it? Was it an S15? Yeah, S15 Sylvia. So yeah, that's what I used to own. Mine was white though. Plus the Ginza next to Tokyo Tower. So I know Ginza is definitely in this. Or part of Ginza anyway. It's obviously only the parts of Tokyo that are kind of connected to the Wangan system. I think Daikoku's over here. Yeah. But yeah, I know last time I went to Japan I made sure to check out some of the car stuff. I never got to go to Daikoku, unfortunately, because it's kind of really awkward to get to if you don't have a car. But I did go to Nismo Omori Factory. I went to the Nissan HQ as well. I mean, from what I've seen from videos and stuff, this to me looks pretty bang on for Daikoku. The only thing it's missing compared to real Daikoku is police trying to shut the meets down constantly. Yeah, Omori Factory is really, really good. It is quite small, and I think now if you go, I think it's only open on Saturdays now. It was open more or less every day when I went, but yeah, I think it's only Saturdays it's open on now. But it is really, really worth going. If you like Nissan and Nismo, it is definitely worth a visit. They normally have, I mean, it is a very small building once again there, but there's like a garage part when you walk in on the right hand side. So you sometimes see them working on people's cars, and there's some insane cars that they're working on. And then the left hand side, it has like there's like memorabilia. There's a lot of the trophies they've won from like the Super GT racing. And then they tend to have 6 cars in the middle that are like some of the historic cars. So I know when I went, there was like a Super GT winning R34 Skyline. What else was there? There was, I think, a Pulsar rally car. And they had a Nismo 400R there as well. Which I was very, very happy about, because that's probably my favourite car ever. Not that I'll ever own one, because I think they only made about 40 of them, if that. I think it was even less than that, actually. Right, so what are these people wanting? Yeah, if you're into sort of the Japanese car culture, though, I think that this game is definitely worth checking out. So, two-legged hide. Could be Hide, if it's a Japanese name. Seems like the team is falling apart. Well, I wasn't really dependent on the team, so it's fine. There's not enough soda. What do you mean it's sold out? Are you a street racer? You don't look the part. If you become famous, I'll take you on. Actually rude. Yes, I think these are just all flavor text from what I can say. Recently, I decided to switch to a manual transmission car. At first, I struggled with the clutch work, but I got used to it, and now driving is getting fun. Oh, you went to Daikoku. I suppose, yeah, I suppose if you live there, then yeah, it's probably quite easy to get to as well. Yeah, for those who maybe aren't aware, so Daikoku it's a huge parking area in Tokyo, and it's basically it's renowned for having like huge car meets. Like they will literally fill the entire car park for about an hour or two until the police try and shut it down. Because pretty much every video I've seen, the police nearly always basically patrol the area and just shut things down as soon as it gets too much. Yeah, so there is car tuning in this as well. I'm really not very good at it. I'm sort of learning it as I go, but yeah, if you want a game where you can sort of fiddle with the settings on the car and everything, you can do it in this. Again, it depends on what your upgrades are on your car, so you unlock more upgrades and more setting changes as you upgrade the car. Alright, who's here? Let's go Mitsubishi Evo 10. Subaru Levogue. Oh, A86. Is the Japanese racing scene tolerated by police? Not particularly. From what I've seen from the videos from Daikoku, the meets will kind of happen and the police will kind of let it happen for a little while. The police, yeah, they're very, very aware that it's a hotspot. I want to say, I think there might even be, I could be wrong on this, but I think there might be a little police booth more or less next to the parking area. Because it seems like more or less as soon as the meets get to any kind of size, that the police are on it straight away. I think they know that it's always going to be a thing that happens. That I don't think they're really ever going to be able to shut the meets down because they just happen all the time. But yeah, they don't particularly tolerate it. But there is still quite a lot of street racing that goes on, for sure. Oh, another Impreza. Of course, you can put neons on your car as well, because why wouldn't you be able to? Like your car, Sky. My car is... where is it? That's mine at the minute. Meeting its health should be harmless. This is street racing that comes after. Yeah, I mean, obviously I agree with them wanting to shut down the street racing because that is ridiculously dangerous, but the car meets themselves aren't a problem unless people start, like, you know, banging the engine off the limiter constantly. Parking lots are always very busy, especially Daikoku, even during the week. There is a police station on the pier, but they don't really mind unless some cars are too because the pier was built for truck drivers to rest and sleep, so they really care about the noise. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, it is a parking area that obviously truck drivers use as well, so they want to be able to get rest. My favourite colour is purple. Yeah, how'd you guess? Although this car, can I even check it from here? Yeah, oh yeah, so you do have a photo mode as well. This car is actually purple and red. It sort of blends to the side. It's like very Fast and the Furious, but I felt like I had to do that for this game. In Japan, the police don't really have any authority, so they just tell you to drive slow or be quiet, but they won't do anything. Yeah, from what I've seen, I've seen them sort of, they'll show up, they'll sound the sirens, people will kind of leave, and then people just didn't come back again. Right, let's try racing. I would say the A86, but I'll destroy it because it's only like 132 horsepower. I've got like 300 in my RX-8, so. There is an Evo with 313 there. I might try that. He might beat me. I'll try it. Oh, so this is a okay. So this is a team battle. Okay. I regret challenging him now. We got chased by the police once because we were doing some rolling shots of some cars, but they just wanted to tell us that it's not safe to lean out the window going that fast. I mean, fair point. Okay, so I think I have to beat both these, so this will be interesting. Shots turned out sick though. Worth it. It always looks amazing whenever you see the videos from Daikoku. I think the car scene in Japan is ridiculous. I don't think there's anywhere really like it. Yeah, he's pretty quick. Really, I'd be better battling this guy on a more technical part of it, really. I think we are reeling him in slowly. Yeah, we are. Oh, he's pulling ahead again. Give me no room, that. Speed effect is quite good in this as well. It's one of the very few games that I feel actually feels fast when you're going fast. A lot of car games I think really struggle with that now, for some reason. Also, if you don't like the shake at high speed, I think you can turn it off. It doesn't really bother me personally, but oh, here we go, his friends joined. Wait, how many? 3 of them. Oh no. I think we are pulling away gradually. I think we might have this, providing I don't make a colossal mistake. Yeah, we got this thing. Nice. Yeah, the multi-battles can be quite scary sometimes. You struggle like hell to beat one of them and then 2 more turn up. think that's the first time I've had 3 in one battle though. Normally it's just 1 extra one. I like how this guy is called Shoe the Flirt, and he's just doing exactly what his name says. So I've got a little bit over half of the tyres left, so... Is there anyone else near here that I need to beat? So the colour of the arrows on the map depends on whether you beat them or not as well. So I think, if I remember rightly, I think the green ones are ones I've already beaten. Blue is ones that I haven't actually raced yet, and I think yellow is ones you've raced but lost to. So there's a few there, something to find from that team. So basically my objective at the minute is I need to beat 5 out of 8 teams, and that'll like progress the next part of the story. And then these are 2 other parts of the story as well, so if I defeat 2 out of 4 teams here, it'll progress this part of the story. Or if I beat this boss, it'll progress a new part. I remember this boss being really hard though. Dash on the map anywhere? They are on the map. Can I join anywhere near there? Yeah, unfortunately I can't join at the minute from there, so... Is there anyone else in another team I can go for? So we could probably do with trying to beat the rest of this team. Because we have already beaten Roland Garros previously. And we've just beat 3 of them in 1 battle, so I guess we'll look out for the rest of this team. Right, where are you? You are in Daikoku, I'm guessing. Okay, let's see that. Okay, yeah, so you're a member of the same team, so I probably need to try and beat you. Another guy's turned up. Right, let's try and beat this guy then. I like how this guy's a swimmer, so because he's a swimmer, he decides to take off his clothes before he drives. Yeah, some of the rivals in this are very weird. Yeah, I don't normally stream stuff like this. I normally do like RPG stuff, but I just wanted to change for this week. So, and you know, I love Japanese cars, so I thought I'll play this for a change. Admittedly, this line probably wasn't the best option. Actually, this guy feels quite slow. Yeah, this guy just had no chance. Yeah, that was incredibly easy. If you wonder about the difficulty of the game, for the most part I found it to be fairly easy, but there is a few battles that I've done that have been really, really difficult. So some of the boss battles in particular took me quite a few times to beat. Okay, so we've got him, so there's a few more members of this team I probably need to go for. got 2 more in this team to beat. Problem is, when it's question marks for the rivals, it doesn't tell you what team they're from either. You need to actually encounter them to find out what team they are. So 2 of these question marks on the map somewhere are the 2 that I need from this team. I'm going to assume that they all hang around this kind of area, because the teams tend to be kind of territorial in this and stick to the same areas quite often. It's not always the case. I mean, this guy is normally up near the C1 loop, but for the most part they tend to be quite restrained with where they actually drive. So you're saying they're like pack animals, like boomers? They are, yeah. Exactly the same. Phantasy Star inspired Tokyo Xtreme Racer. I mean, I could join from there and then try and chase these 2 down. Well, actually there's 1, because the other one's going the other way. It might be better to actually go back to the garage for now and then check where they are tomorrow. So it should go without saying as well, obviously you earn money for beating all the rivals. You also get money for doing certain things as well, so there's a perk you can get that just gives you money every so often, but if you're out for a certain amount of time, it will give you bonus money. And there's also perks, because it's an arcade racer, obviously doing things like going very close to traffic will get you extra money as well. Right, so let's see if we can find anyone. There is 1 there, so if I join here, I should be able to chase them down. If you wonder why I'm not changing car all the time, it's because the cars in this game are really, really expensive. They require a lot of grinding to be able to afford them, so you tend to kind of stick with 1 car, upgrade it gradually, and then once that car isn't quick enough for you, then you'd upgrade to another one. It's not like something like Gran Turismo where you just buy tons of cars. So for where I'm in the game at the minute, this is probably one of the best cars I can get. Realism, yeah, exactly. You are not the one I want. I think, yeah, I've already beaten you as well. I'm not going to battle him yet because I kind of want to preserve my tyres for when I actually get to the racer I want to battle. This looks like Midnight's Up. It's a similar kind of game, honestly. I mean, you know, it's basically a reimagining of the old Tokyo Xtreme Racer games. So if you love things like the old TXR games or, you know, just old arcade races in general from sort of early 2000s, you'd probably love this. It just feels like a modern reimagining of it. So me personally, as much as I love racing games, I did kind of move away from them a bit. Because a lot of them now, I think, have moved more towards realism, so the kind of games where you kind of need to have a steering wheel and everything for them. And now and again, you just want an arcade racer, you know? Also good to see you, Draft, here as well. Do you have to pay a monthly subscription to have seat warmers? No, that's only if you have a BMW. actual car does have heated seats and they are very nice. Although not at the minute. So quite often what you'll find with this is you basically just like cruise around and you just look for different rivals to fight. It was the cringiest thing I've ever heard of, microtransactions in your car. Yeah, it exists. So all these races here are ones I've already beaten. Might just race the next one maybe for a bit of money. So you are a Subaru Levorg. I think this guy's a boss actually. Or a team leader, one of the two. Yeah, he's a team leader, so he's a bit more difficult. He's low level though, so I should be able to beat him. He is very fast. Nitrous helps. The funny thing is, well, sometimes the AI does actually make mistakes. I've had a few battles in this where the AI has just completely binned it. Okay, yeah, we got him eventually. At least I was at the start. So you do still get money for rebattling people you've already beaten. The only difference is that you don't get any more sort of skill points. Purple and orange paint clashes so hard. Yeah, I kind of wanted it to sort of blend to go from the purple to the red. It's like people say now, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. Where is this racer that was on this route? Apparently it's dissipated into thin air. Cool. You wouldn't download heated seating. I'll tell you actually what I'll show you. Because I think everyone who's played this game has experienced this. We'll take on a taxi. The amount of people who started this game and tried to battle the taxis at the start and got obliterated. I don't know how I'll do. Yeah, so a taxi is pulling away. Yeah, Genki is the name of the devs. I don't know why the taxis are so fast. I mean, I kind of know why. It's because these cars are actually fast. But they are basically like a noob trap, so... Yeah, the amount of people who probably just picked fights with the starting traffic near the beginning of the game and then got obliterated by the taxis. We got in though. I was also among them, but I got destroyed by the taxis at the start of the game. I mean, stupid, you can literally battle anything. I think that's one of the funniest things about this game. Like, this guy in this van. Like, here, shoot, I'll race you. There is no real reason to. The only thing it really does is it just gives you a little bit of bonus money. I mean, it's not a race. Let's be real. But it is very funny. I'm so sorry. He ran out of steam, he did. Another racer? Jungle Tequila. Is that an Impreza? It is. A pink Impreza. Yeah, that is a design. These are some of the easier races in the game, it's just the traffic I happen to be going past. Yeah, honestly, it's just been refreshing to get a game like this. Yeah, they don't come along very often now. Is there a story behind the Impreza name, considering what it means? What does it mean, out of curiosity, because I actually don't know. Wouldn't mind trying to find another Wanderer, if I can get a fight against a Wanderer. Then what I'll do is I'll go back to the garage, I think, and I'll try and find a Wanderer to battle. Means company, enterprise, or even undertaking. Yeah, that's a very weird name for a car then, isn't it? Oh, we've now got Upbeat Magician. I don't know why it's upbeat, but sure. It's not like the name got changed outside of Japan or anything, you know. I mean, they're called Imprezas everywhere, so yeah, I've got no idea why it's called that. Right, who's around? Is there any Wanderers? So Pizza Boy is still out. I still can't battle him though because I don't have that car. Looking to buy a Hyundai Kona. My stepdad literally bought one a few weeks ago. Honestly, seems like a really decent car. It's literally company in Italian. Okay. I wonder if it was a case of them just looking in a book and thinking, oh, that sounds cool. Another Wanderer there. Satoshi Noodle Artisan. I'm sure there was a restriction to fighting him as well. I need to check this. There is a way to check the restrictions on the Wanderers. Maybe it was a company car at its inception. Possibly. I mean, you know, it hasn't always been a sports car. You know, I mean, there is like lower spec Imprezas that are just and car. Hey, Minimop, good to see you. Yeah, so you can basically look through all the different rivals. There is literally information on all the teams and all the different drivers. But then it also tells you the conditions to fight some of the Wanderers as well. So for Noodleman, what is your condition? Oh, it doesn't say yet. So the way I need to find the condition out is basically there'll be someone in a parking area who tells me the conditions to fight this guy. So there is one called Shonen Affair which I could battle because they only fight rotary engines, so I could go against them if they appear. It's almost got like an RPG element to it because you're basically having to adjust your composition, by which I mean adjust your car to, you know, to match what they want you to use. So it doesn't just let you use the same car for everything, like you do have to change it for some of the battles. Yeah, it's kind of like an RPG element, isn't it? Yeah. See, there is a link somewhere to what I normally play. Right, who is out? So Noodleman is out. There is a boss there that I haven't fought. Only shows up on rainy days like a rare Pokemon. There is Immortal Clown. I think they're locked to a certain car. Comedic Disruptor, I think you either have to have neons on your car or not have neons. I think you have to have neons on your car to fight them. I fought them once and just got obliterated, so I'm in no hurry to rebattle them. Is there any others? Maybe check what this boss is then. Could possibly be Eternal Polaris. I don't know if they show up on the map again. So I've already fought them once near the beginning of the game. I'm just trying to preserve my tyres really until I get to the boss. Should be along here somewhere. Yeah, preserve the tyres, don't preserve the rest of the car. As long as the tyres are fine, everything is good. Yeah, you will be the boss then. Oof, yeah, it's Eternal Polaris, okay. Don't know if it'll be these yet, but I'll have a go. Yeah, it's 33G, yeah, and it's a boss one as well, so it's probably going to be very, very quick. We'll try it. Yeah, they are very, very fast. Oh, they did crash though. Yeah, just ride the barriers, it's fine. There is not a chance. Car names are auto-generated. They've got some really weird names. So I know that this is one of the bosses that I need to beat to try and progress the story. The great thing about it is that you can just rebattle them again. It's just trying to get them on a good part of the map. I did get kind of lucky there that they crashed. Because they're so quick at the start, it's just really hard to keep up with them at the start. It's also worth noting that your Nitrous doesn't refill if you rebattle them, so... Just for context as well, this car I'm in at the minute is pretty much one of the fastest cars I can use at the minute. Pit them. Yeah, I need to try and just pit maneuver them at the start. You okay? Did you crash into another car? So I think there is a part of the road coming up where it kind of splits down the middle. What I basically need then is to get caught in traffic. Oh, that works. I will take that. Suck it, nerd. Easy. Totally earned. Yes, I get a bit of story progression now because I beat the boss. It doesn't feel good beating them that way, but that was out of my control. They binned it, not me. I didn't even need to pit maneuver them. Clearly a skill issue, exactly. That's not the first time that's happened in this as well. For some reason, that part of the map, some of the AI seems to really struggle to get the car to go through the tunnel. Usually it's fine, but yeah, now and again you get where they just bin it into the bit in the middle. As you stepped out of your machine at the parking area, a pair of men rushed over to you. Hey, Upbeat Magician. Oh god, I forgot my name was Upbeat Magician. We heard you battled Eternal Polaris. If you want to call it that. If you're doing something exciting like that, let us know beforehand. We'd have loved to watch. Surprise, we're identical twins. One day we'll show you our twin strategy. Look forward to it. I've already beaten you guys several times. You were literally some of the guys you fight at the beginning of the game. But more importantly, tell us about the street races you know. We're always gathering intel on other teams. Why? To avoid messing with dangerous opponents and getting burned. No, that's what we call the art of information warfare. Have you battled Quicks yet? They're a K-car only team, but they pack a serious punch. You'll recognise them immediately. The amount of care they put in their machines is a testament to their love for K-cars. Yes, I have battled them and I've beaten most of them already. Speaking of car love, Road Naughts are pretty impressive too. Yeah, I've also beaten most of those as well. Why are you telling me all this? These teams I've already beaten. I hear they're still in high school, but they restore used cars from scratch themselves. The effort they put in makes their attachment to their cars that much stronger. But the team I'm most interested in is Clan Makita. You're not going to believe this, guys. I've also beaten them. I feel some kind of connection with the leader. Their car customizations are cool, and forming a team unified by open cars. Great eye for detail. They do really love to talk. In that sense, I relate more to the leader's younger sister. Choose your next words carefully. As someone with a free-spirited and unreliable older brother, I know the struggle. That's out of line, Takatoro. Oh, we got a lot of money from that. You actually need to be careful how much money you earn in this as well, because there is actually a limit to how much money you can hold at one point. You need perks to unlock a bigger wallet. I'm actually not kidding, there is literally a perk to make your wallet bigger. Okay, so we have beaten that boss. I don't feel good about how that went down, but a big rupee bag, if you will. Exactly. Okay, so this part of the story is now unlocked a bit more. So we've beaten Eternal Polaris. So now we have these two where we need to defeat 2 specific teams and 3 specific teams. So this is Zelda. It is, yeah, exactly. Exactly the same as Zelda. If Link used Nitrous. But aside from that, exactly the same. So what teams do we need to beat now? M-Connect, which we have beaten most of. Machine Rangers we actually haven't seen any of yet. And then Danji. Strong Formation. Our Strong Formation was the American football team that we were battling a bit earlier on. That's going to be quite hard to beat them because I know this guy has an R34 Skyline. And Tornado 90, whatever that is. And what about this one? Oh, it's the same teams. Okay, so you defeat. I guess so. You defeat 2 of them to unlock part of the story, and then defeat the other 3 teams to get the next part. Okay, fair enough. Still need to find these 2 members of this team as well. Let's have a look, see if we can find any of them. There are so many rivals in this game as well. Like, I can't remember how many there is now. There are literally hundreds. I mean, see, if I zoom out, I mean, you can see how many icons there is on the map when you zoom out. And a lot of those are rivals. So there is a few rivals going that way. So I will join there. And hopefully we can catch at least one of them. Yeah, minimap, I don't know if... Have you played any of this yet? Oh, it is well worth picking up if you haven't. I know you're big into Japanese cars as well, so... Right, let's see who we've got. Haven't been watching it a bunch though. I think when you're playing, was it the mod for Assetto Corsa that basically replicates the same kind of thing? Yeah, I saw that Japanese Drift Master game. I haven't tried it though. I need to see what the reviews are like for it. You're on the Assetto Corsa mod a lot. It looks really cool though. I think if I had a steering wheel and pedals, I'd probably try it, but I sold my wheel and pedals years ago. Right, let's try racing this. Is it 86 or a BRZ? That is very fast for a GT86. That was slightly scary. Yeah, they are very quick actually. Hey, Drac. Yeah, we've got to a really weird part in Phantasy Star III, Drac. I don't remember this bit. How is that so fast? I'm gonna hit it on the way past. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, this feels like a terrible place to battle it. Ren turned into a racing car, he did, yeah. Yeah, for anyone who's wondering where Phantasy Star 3 is, that will be back next week. This is just like a one-off to play something different. Yeah, they're quite a dirty driver, this one as well. They keep blocking me. I mentioned it earlier, but the AI does act a bit different for each racer. That was ambitious, to say the least. So the rival wants to go right, okay. Yeah, not exactly the fairest win I've done, but, you know, we'll take it. Yeah, Phantasy Star 3 will be back next Wednesday. I'm also thinking as well, so on Sunday, I think I'm going to do Phantasy Star Universe because of the Clementine event. But then I think the next Sunday after that, I might do Zero. I know it'll be PSO Red Drop week, but I kind of feel like doing Zero. Especially since that Tal mod you posted. That is a hell of a name. Agile wide receiver. So why did I start the battle here? It's this part of the map again, so maybe he'll bin it. If he doesn't, I will. Yeah, he kind of binned it. Ooh, that was dirty. Try pitting me. We'll pit him back a bit. My rule is generally, if they race fair, I'll race fair. If they try and pit me, I'll try and pit them. That's a very awkward one to go. You want to go this way? Wait, what? Oh, you just went a different route, okay. That feels kind of cheese. You told me to go left, I took left. You went a different route. We are running that back. Not having that. I'll just pit him from the start because I'm done with this guy. I think he might have binned it again. Oh, he's recovered a bit. There. That's better. Yeah, that mod that you posted, Drac, for Zero, for the multiplayer tower, I am really interested to try that. There is a boss, but he's on the other side of the road, so I can't battle him at the minute. But yeah, I'm well aware this is very much not what we normally play, and I know that, you know, there'll be a lot of people who are probably not interested in seeing something like this, but I just wanted to do something different for a change. Normal service will be resumed. It's cool to see. I'm glad you're enjoying it, you know. Foreign bookkeeper. Don't have to be a one-trick pony. That's the thing. I mean, obviously, I love Phantasy Star, but there is only so much I can do from Phantasy Star alone. Well, I haven't said that with YouTube at the minute. God only knows what the algorithm's doing, because it doesn't matter what you do at the minute, nothing gets noticed. I did look around actually, and apparently a lot of other YouTubers are having the same kind of issue at the minute. So I don't know if YouTube have changed something with the algorithm. From what I heard, apparently they were integrating AI into the algorithm or something. So whether they've changed something with that. Could be time of year as well. I mean, you do tend to notice different times of year. Yeah, different times of year you do notice your metric scope are down. Tends to be, so middle of summer normally drops off a bit, and then usually Usually just after Christmas. There is a blue arrow just ahead of me, actually. I think I have to go this way to get to it, because this road kind of crosses over the carriageway. Yeah, it could be that Kilniath. I mean, for me, I've noticed my metrics have been down significantly for, what, maybe 2 months? Oh god, it's another R33 Skyline. Oh no. This is like the worst place for me to battle it as well, because it's one of the fastest parts of the map, which will favour him a lot. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it before though, I mean, as much as it sucks that the metrics are really down on YouTube at the minute, I think for me the main thing I enjoy is the streaming anyway, so the streaming is kind of what I want to prioritise more. I'll try it. I'm actually pulling away from my R33 Skyline. I am. Don't know how that happens, but I do need to be careful as well because my tyres are absolutely shot. Yeah, I think the streaming is definitely the part of the content creation that I enjoy a lot more. For me, it's a lot easier to do. It's just nice to have like the interactivity as well. Possibly may have crashed. Yeah, maybe. It does happen quite often. I think they are trying to fix the AI. I mean, the AI isn't too bad, but you do notice it now and again that they will just bin the car, or they'll do weird stuff like that. I don't know if I'll be able to beat this because my tyres are really not good, but I'll try it. Yeah, it could be the crashed. You will notice as well that the level of the opponents does matter quite a bit as well. So you'll notice like the low level ones will be a lot more cautious in traffic and will slow down a lot more for the corners. But the high level ones will just leave you in the dust everywhere. If the goal is to have fun and play games, focus on what you enjoy regardless of what it is. If the goal is to make money, well, that's when you need to start properly strategizing and waiting 5 to 7 years before someone can do full-time content creation. It takes ages to get going. I mean, even just to establish like what I've got so far, I mean, that's taken what, 2 years? I will say it still absolutely baffles me that I've got like over 2k subs from Phantasy Star stuff. It still seems insane to me. I'm not against it, but yeah, it just seems mad to me. So my tyres are absolutely ruined, but there is a new rival here, so I should at least see who they are. Bird Eye. It's another Impreza. It's because they subscribe to the content you produce and the way you produce it. I always feel that for the videos, like the amount of editing and stuff I do is kind of minimal. Because I am not a video editor by any means, so I'm never really happy with it, with how my videos come out, but as long as people enjoy watching them. God, my tires are so bad. This is gonna be really difficult, I think. Tried to steer and just nothing happened. Wow, rude. Oh, don't take a really tight turn. Yeah, we might have to run it back against this guy when I've got decent tyres. So I'm turning there. Yeah, these tyres are just absolutely ruined. We'll see who this new rival is down here. Because there is someone else. Who are you? Another RX-8. It's a friend. It literally has a smiley face on it. That is a hell of a livery. Love how it's called Always Smile and has a smiley face. Yeah, some of the rival names in this are just weird. Yeah, I think what I find crazy about it is like when you go into the references to look at the information for the drivers, it's actually crazy how much information there is on each of them. Bear in mind there are, so at the minute there are 216 rivals. I think they've said that that's going to double by the full release. So there is a lot of racing to be done. What's pretty cool as well is that a lot of the teams kind of have a theme to them. So for example, like, this is one of the first teams you're fighting, they pretty much all drive A86s. But yeah, it's crazy. So it gives you like a bit of rundown on the team itself, but then if you go on to the actual details, you can look at the individual cars as well. And again, you can photo mode it as well, so you can look around all the cars and everything, which is pretty cool. The weird thing is the music stops when you go into photo mode, and I have no idea why that is. It's very weird. Yeah, then it gives you like, there's a huge like bio for every single driver. It's like they didn't have to do this. I mean, it tells you what the job of each of the drivers is. Do we ever need to know that? No. But it's there. I think you unlock these as you beat them as well. The only thing I will say is I think some of the car models are slightly off. There's a few that look a little bit weird. I think it's because none of the models in this are laser scanned or anything, so some of them do look a little bit off, but considering again it's like a pretty small budget game, I think they did a pretty good job, honestly. So there is actual boss cars as well, so generally these will come at you at certain points of the story once you're beating a certain amount of races. And it tends to be a lot harder. Popping on the livery on the cars is not particularly nice, but again, early access. I just realised with that car, I wondered why that car was pretty tough when I thought it. It's got a 3-litre inline 6, so it's got an engine swap. Yes, that's the boss I've just beaten. Although I'm sure when I just fought it, I think it looked a bit different. I think she's upgraded it since. Yeah, she had. I thought so. I did not know that the bosses can upgrade the cars. Yeah, I think this is the one that I just fought, isn't it? With, like, the huge wing on the back. Alright, let's go back to garage and see who's out. I would like to use one with the cars, actually. I might have to do some slightly easier battles, though, because this is my fastest car at the minute, so... So yeah, I started out with the NDMX5. I think when you start out, I think you can choose between... I think you can start with either a Suzuki Swift Sport, NDMX5, or a 86. I would have gone for the 86, but I literally own an NDMX5, so I felt wrong to not pick the car I own. Can't have the hardtop one though, unfortunately. So, and you can only have the 1.5 instead of the 2-litre. So it's a slower version of what I've got. And then also have a S13 Sylvia as well. So we're probably very careful about what we challenge at the minute with this, because a lot of these will destroy us in this car. But let's do that loop, because that's one of the starter ones, so we might get some slightly easier battles. But yeah, thanks for saying that, Kilniath, as well. You know, I do appreciate that people watch anything really. I know some people are there purely for Phantasy Star stuff, and that is fine, but, you know, I do genuinely appreciate people sticking around that are here to just watch the streams in general. So this guy's called Happy Chappy. Let's see if he's a happy chappy in a minute when we beat him. Just wait for the turbo. Came for Phantasy Star stage for the Skylight is all I want to say. Oh, thanks for that. So you know what I said about beating him? Apparently, since I last battled him, he's slightly upgraded his car. Or maybe I battled him with the RX-8. I'm gonna get him. Maybe not this battle, but it's gonna happen. We are closing on him, but I don't know if it's quick enough. I have a tiniest amount of health. And if I crash at all, I'm gonna die. I had to baby that so much at the end. If I'd have touched any of the walls there, I would have lost. But yeah, thanks for that, Shad. Again, you know, Phantasy Star is always going to be, you know, the main focus, you know. But it is nice to be able to play some other stuff as well. So this guy, I don't think he'll battle me. Yeah, so he won't battle me at the minute. So he's a wanderer, so he has specific conditions that I'm not meeting. I think for this guy, I think you have to have neons on your car, which if you look at his car, you can kind of tell he's quite keen on neons. Yeah, honestly, playing this again, it just gets me excited for going back to Japan later in the year. So I'm going back in November, and I cannot wait. Let's check Hakazaki and see if there's anything here. So I think we do need to beat that team, but I will not be able to beat that with the Sylvia. I'd have to change car. Came for Phantasy Star and stayed for the SGS runs. I mean, if you're here for the SGS runs, you're going to be here a long time. I'd like to think that, you know, maybe during the anniversary we might manage to get the drop, maybe. But that is, again, a lot of copium. Yeah, I think these are all probably too fast at the minute for my Sylvia. How much power does my Sylvia have? 233. Yeah, it's like 275, 280, 277. I'll try battling you, but I think you'll destroy him because the RX-8s are super quick. SGS is a lifetime goal. I mean, it literally has been. I've been trying to get it for like 20 years. Not consistently, I has to add. I've played PSO a lot, but not quite that much. What's going on? Are you arguing? You're not hitting on Arisa, are you? No, it's not like that. I'm going to race this person alone, and I'm pretty well known street racer myself now. Please wait for us. Is she going to wait though, or is she going to battle as well? I was laughing at what got posted in the Discord about what Randy Pitchford had said about Borderlands 4. Or how, what was it? If you didn't have $80, you can more or less, you can find a way to get it. Yeah, you're quite fast. We might need to come back with our RX-8 to beat this. Yeah, she's just gone. There's no shot whatsoever. Oh well. True Borderlands fans wait a few years for all the DLC to drop and buy it for a tenner. Yeah, so we need to come back with our faster car for that link. So again, I have no idea why the music just changes or disappears when you go into photo mode. I don't know why that is on the vending machine. I've never actually looked around these just to see what it's like. I think that says Makita Group, I think. Biggins beverage, yeah. I also like how one of the bottles literally just says tea. Just generic tea. No further explanation needed. Now, I think the ones, I think at the bottom left, I think that says, I'm sure it says ocha, which is like green tea. The funny thing is, the kind of the default height it puts you at, I kind of feel like I'm like a baby or something. Like, like trying to get in the car and I can't see over the door. But it's cool that you can just kind of look around. I don't know how far you can actually go. I'm assuming you probably can't go outside. Nah, we're not allowed out there. Bilbo Baggins tea. Also, total nerd thing, but their registration 513 for S13 Sylvia. 23 is, well, 23 is Nissan. So Nissan, and it's S13 Sylvia. It's very weird, the music just stops. I'm going to assume that's a bug because it seems a super weird decision to have the music just stop. Right, let's go back to garage. I need the RX-8 to be able to beat stuff here. Yeah, I think there is a few things that do need to change for the full release. I think the main one for me is just sorting out the way that you navigate the UI. You can use left bumper, right bumper here, but it seems to be one of the only places you can do it. Everywhere else you just need to navigate by cursor, even on controller, which is weird. You can use mouse for it, which does make it easier. But if I'm playing on controller, I want to be able to just, you know, select stuff with my D-pad, but you can't. Again, very, very weird choice to do that. We actually have quite a lot of money. I wonder if we can afford a car. Well, also, when you beat certain rivals, you unlock the car in the dealer to buy. So you can get some of the boss cars and everything from this as well, but they are mega expensive. But again, it's another cool incentive for beating some of the bosses. I think some of the team leaders you can unlock as well. Legitimately, this car is one of the hardest fights I ever had in this game. This thing is stupidly fast and I have no idea why. Again, I think I only won against her because she binned it. Yeah, some of these are just so expensive, you know, like 8 million. Oh, they've unlocked Eternal Polaris' car actually for 15 million. So you know what I said about the cars being quite expensive? I guess the advantage of buying the boss car is, I suppose, that maybe it has a lot of the tuning on it already, and a lot of the performance parts on it. But it is very expensive. So I did unlock the S14 Sylvia, but I don't think that's going to help too much at the minute. We need to get a bit further in story to unlock the better cars. I mean, even like your starter cars are sort of like 2.5 to 3 million. So when you first start, you get enough money to buy one of the starter cars. So since we can't really buy a car, can we tune the RX-8 anymore? Also, you can probably tell, but there is a full livery editor as well, so you can basically just design whatever you want in your car. There's loads of stickers and everything. So, as I mentioned earlier, as you beat your rivals, you do get their emblems. I think it's as you beat their full team, you unlock the team emblem. Again, it's just more incentive for beating some of the harder cars. So I think this is Eternal Polaris, so because we've beaten that now, we've got that badge. So you can like affix them on your car if you want to. You've obviously got your sponsor logos as well, so I think they are in talks with more sponsors at the minute as well. I know they were saying that they're trying to get Honda in the game as like playable cars because there's no Hondas at the minute. I think they're working on that at the moment because basically what they've done is it was meant to release more or less around now, but they delayed it and they're keeping it in early access for a few more months. Just try and sort out some of the issues. And for me, there's not that many issues with the game, honestly. I think, like I say, I think the UI maybe needs a little bit of a tweak just to make it a bit more friendly. Apart from that, honestly, just adding some more content, and that'd be about it, really. I think that's a really solid base for a game. But you can also do things like you can put vinyls on your car. Because of course you can, it's one of these games. Can't wait for the game to release fully. Big fan of them making a comeback when the racing genre has been missing the 2000s energy. Yeah, that's kind of why I like it as well. And for me, I grew up mainly with like PS1. I played a hell of a lot of Gran Turismo 1 to 4 mainly, and then quite a lot of Need for Speed and things like that as well. So I love sort of that era of racing games, like games like things like GT Sport or GT7, the new Forza games. They don't really do anything for me. Yeah, I think for Gran Turismo, I think it's just because it's gone in the direction of it's moved more towards simulator. I don't think it's necessarily a simulator yet, but it's moved more towards that where you almost need to have a wheel and pedals. You can probably play it on controller, okay, but I kind of feel it's designed a lot more for wheel and pedals now. But sometimes you just want to, chill with like an old arcade racer. Again, if you're looking for like a really realistic simulator game, then this probably isn't the game for you, but... Random question. Where I'm from, when we refer to crappy cars, we usually refer to Fiat Punto or Renault Clio. What do you refer to in the UK? For a crappy car? I would say... Yeah, I would say Renault Clio's are probably up there. I have owned a Clio, but it was a Renault Sport one. Still kind of crap, honestly. I still didn't like it. Also, maybe things like Vauxhall Corsas, which I think would be maybe Opel Corsas for you, I think, possibly. I think they're rebadged outside the UK. Corsas are the worst. Yeah, I learned to drive in a Vauxhall Corsa, and that is the only time I ever want to drive a Vauxhall Corsa. Game over, yeah. Yeah, it is the wrong game, but I appreciate it. Yeah, Corsas are awful. I mean, honestly, in the UK, these RX-8s have a really bad rep as well in the public, but I don't think it's deserved. I drove one for like 3.5 years and it was fine. Well, I say fine. It was fine if you were okay with getting like 10 miles per gallon around town. So is that you also have obviously aero. The aero part is quite limited at the minute. There isn't a whole lot to choose from. You generally have usually about 3 different options. We're incapable of doing game over yet. Yeah, but need to do a Sega Rally stream at some point. I'm good actually because I did buy Sega Rally for my Dreamcast. And I got it home, the disc didn't work. So I had to send it back. Quiz Taxi, yeah, I mean, there is that new Quiz Taxi developing, but I don't know how I feel about that. I've got mixed opinions on what I've seen so far. Yeah, some of the old classic Sega racing games are awesome though, like things like Daytona USA. Yes, there is like a modifying side to it as well. I think the modifying, like the aero and everything, is a little bit limited at the minute. I would imagine they're going to add more to that as the development goes on. Vigilante 8 is still at the top for me. Yeah, Vigilante 8, I think I only played the second one. I think it was Vigilante 8, the second defense, and that was super fun. RX-8 survived 8 years before it died. I had mine for like 3.5 years, and as I was selling it, I could tell it was starting to get a bit harder to start up. So I'm not saying there's no truth to the reliability issues, because they are not reliable, but while I had mine, it was fine. I did have to have some work done to it, but it was already about 8 years old by the time I bought it. So but yeah, when I sold it, I could tell it was starting to get harder to start. Bro and I rented Vigilante on the 64. Yeah, I had Second Offense on the PlayStation. Yeah, really fun game. Very similar to things like Twisted Metal, but yeah, I like Twisted Metal and I used to like Vigilante as well. Yours died as you went to sell it. Yeah, my Sylvia kind of did something similar. So the guy I sold the Sylvia to arranged to come and see it, and then on the day that he arranged to come and see it, all of the electric windows stopped working, and one of the fuses blew in the fuse box and melted itself to the fuse box. On the day I was selling it. Yeah, honestly, I love that car, but it was so unreliable. Yeah, Outrun is really good as well, yeah. I just love the old arcade races, honestly. So there is another rival there. We would have to enter from that ramp. Ah, there is another one there actually as well. Let's do that one. Real life game over yet. Yeah, thankfully my current car has been super reliable. All I've had to do to it is there was like a recall I had to get done on it. Like a safety recall thing. But that was done free anyway. But I should hope that it's reliable because it's only a year old. Is that, what, FCRX7, I think? Yeah, FCRX7. So we have a Dorito battle. Why did you break that? There was no reason for you to break that early. What year is my car? So my current car is a 2024. I can catch this guy, but it's really hard to like pick a spot to actually pass him. He's also very keen on the brakes. This is very spicy. That was only ever going to end in disaster. There's 1 mile from the guy's house and it popped a rope on a roundabout. Yeah, I love my RX-8 for the most part when I had it. It was just, the only reason I really got rid of it was because it was just costing me a fortune in petrol to run it. Yeah, I was using it as like a daily driver, and driving an RX-8 as a daily driver is like the worst thing you can do. They're not designed for it. Definitely the most needy car I've ever had as well, because the amount of extra stuff you have to do to it to keep it alive. Oh, there's Tokyo Tower. That is a very fast Sylvia. Messed up there. Just caused a huge crash at the end. You have a 2025 Kona, nothing too fancy, all good so far with it. Yeah, I think Portman's earlier said that he was considering getting a Kona. I said as well, my stepdad just got one recently. So far, no issues at all with it. It seems like a really decent car, honestly, for what it is. Honestly, not my kind of thing at all. You know, I'll always be more into like sports cars, but you know, for the kind of car it is, I think totally fine. Alright, should we do this again? Yeah, it was insane with the RX-8 though. Like, I literally used to get like 10 miles to gallon out of it. I was filling the tank on it like every week and a half. And it was a big petrol tank as well. Whereas now the MX-5 that I've got does, even if I do like short journeys in it, I easily get like sort of 30 to 35 miles per gallon, and you know, longer journeys over 50. It's like the most economical car I've ever had. Now, he almost lost control of it there. I think this guy's gonna be quite a hard battle actually. Much faster in a straight line. Yeah, I think the Hyundais at the minute, I think they're doing really, really well. I think a lot of the Korean manufacturers, honestly, are making some really quality cars at the minute. I think now as well, you can get them generally a lot cheaper than a lot of other manufacturers as well, so you're getting everything you need for way cheaper. which I think is maybe part of the reason why Nissan is struggling so much at the minute. I think Nissan at the minute are just struggling because everything they make just... There's no real reason to buy it over anything that like a rival manufacturer makes. I cannot shake this guy at all. Oh, I think he hit someone. I tend to find this in this game that if you have like a really long battle with someone, they'll go on forever and then they'll just bin it. Or you'll bin it, one or two. Attempt to swap your Skoda for a Mazda 6 for the daily. I have no idea what the Mazda 6s are like. I mean, I can only speak on what my MX-5 is like. I have had no issues at all with mine. I said, apart from that little recall bit of work it got done, which all that was for was just for the reversing camera. I've had no issues really with it. I mean, from what I've seen of the Mazda 6s, they look really nice. Do you still have the MX-5 mini-mop as well, or have you got rid of that? Cool, we have a little K car. Suzuki Cappuccino. These are sometimes way faster than they have any right to be. Which does appear to be the case here. There is no reason that should be that quick. Why are you breaking that? He's really struggling to keep that on, on the road. Bluesky's brake checking me. The issue is I'm running out of tyres as well, so I think that's why he's getting away. Yeah, because I was turning there and just nothing. Yeah, I think I need to change tyres. Mazda 6 is the same engine as the ND. Oh, is it? I didn't realise that, actually. Well, for what it's worth, the engine in mine has been totally fine. I've had no problem at all with it. Yeah, let's return to garage and get some new tyres and everything. It's set to 160 brake. I mean, to be honest, that's not much less than the MX-5. So my nickname is now changed to Full Throttle Travelogue. Sure. Yeah, I think the MX-5 has, I think it's about 181, I think. Which honestly is more than enough for a little car like that. I was actually surprised how quick the MX-5 was. 184 is it, yeah? Yeah, I was genuinely surprised how quick it is. to me, I mean, I was coming straight from a DC5 Integra, and the ND feels about as quick. Like, genuinely. I expected it to be a lot slower. I think it's just because it weighs nothing. Alright, so there is one rival there. Is there a road that has a few rivals going the same way, so we can try and get a few of them? Yeah, there is a couple there. There is also someone who wants to talk to me at Tatsumi, so yeah, we'll go this way. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not super fast, but it's quick enough. It's actually been really nice having it for the, you know, for this year because the weather's been so nice recently. Actually, I managed to have the roof down, which is amazing. I kind of thought that I would buy it and then just never be able to have the roof down because of the UK weather, but I've been really lucky so far. Scooter is too quick, can't even use it. That's the issue, I think, when you've got like a really fast car, there's nowhere to be able to use it anywhere. You got burned at least half a dozen times. The only thing I've realised, because I've never owned a convertible before, the only thing I've realised is that I now know why a lot of convertible drivers wear baseball caps. Because you just get blinded by the sun every time you have the roof down otherwise. Well, good evening. Today I'm here at Tatsumi parking area. Here we have a group of people who have powered up their cars in various ways to make them super fast, known as street racers. Let's ask that person who looks like a street racer over there. Hello, good evening. I'm streaming a video right now. Can I ask you a few questions? The real prize were the Euros we beat along the way. They were. Yeah, there is one or two songs in this that sound a bit like Eurobeat. They don't play that often though. Again, I think a lot of the soundtrack in this is kind of based on the older TXR games, but remixed. Let's see, is there any hot news around here recently? Hot news, well, recently a guy started racing here and has been challenging and winning battles one after another. His name is Full Throttle Travelogue. And I still... My battery is dying. Did I mess up charging? I'm so sorry, I'm ending the stream for now. Clearly hasn't been watching me too closely because I've just lost the last few. Been wanting to get into a good racing game for a while. Depends what kind of racing game you want, honestly. You know, obviously something like this. If you want something with actual race tracks, then this isn't it, because this is literally just Tokyo. That is it. But yeah, if you want like a just an arcade racer, then I would recommend this even in early access. There is a lot to do for an early access game. Octavia is 220 brake, but first gear does 45. So, Lonely Nihilist only appears on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Maybe he's training on other days. After all, he's a professional tennis player. So that's another hint for a Wanderer. I think I've already beaten that one, actually. Yeah, some of the NPCs are like super philosophical. I like how I've got like generic manager looking man, and then he's stood next to someone called Maximum Eagle. Dark Tengu is a gloomy guy. On top of that, he's always paranoid that he'll be kicked out of Phantom 9. He has no problem with dirty driving. As a result, my beloved car got wrecked when I challenged him to a battle. So again, it kind of hints that if you battle this guy, he's probably going to try and wreck you. So we have Tragic Matterhorn. He's a wanderer as well, so he might have specific conditions. Will you battle me? Actually, you'll destroy me. You've got like 331 brake. Yeah, that's a lot quicker than me. Would you even accept a battle though? Sorry, I'm only interested in machines bearing the name Fair Lady Z. Okay, fair enough. So he will only battle a 350Z. Yeah, I quite like 350s. I've only ever been in one once. It was when I went to Snetterton Race Circuit. I got a passenger lap in one. Actually really quick in a straight line. Yeah, they're kind of weird cars because I think when the 350 released, I really didn't like it. I just didn't like the way it looked or anything, but I think over the years it has grown on me more. That, however, has not grown on me. Let me know if you're ever down here again. It was when I had the Sylvia. I was in the UK Sylvia Owners Club, and we did it was like a weekend event thing where we just camped at Snetterton and did a track day there. I think I only did a few laps in my car because I was too terrified to bin it. It's like my first track day. I was like, I'm not binning an S15. Yeah, so what I said earlier about some of the car models looking a bit off, I've always thought the Mitsubishi Eclipse looks very weird. It does look like it's an upscaled model from an older generation. Yeah, horrible looking cars, those. And cars wreck in this game. There's no physical damage. The way it works, you probably see there's like the life bars at the top. And it's just if you run out of life during a race, you lose that race. But no, there's no mechanical damage or anything. I think it's quite hard for devs to get mechanical damage in games if they've got licensed cars, because a lot of manufacturers don't like seeing their cars get wrecked. It's one of the reasons that Ferrari wasn't in a lot of games, because Ferrari just refused to have their cars be able to be damaged in games. Legitimately. No, ignoring the point that, you know, a lot of kids are going to play the game, see the cool Ferraris, and then maybe when they're older, maybe want to buy one. NPC talk to is the only person that's ever wrecked their car. Exactly. Man, I get the point of them telling you that. It's so you know that when you battle that racer, they're going to try and wreck you. In terms of, they'll try and pit maneuver you and stuff. So I don't think I need any of these teams at the minute. Actually, Cupid Arrows, I might need to battle you. I think you are one I do need to battle. It does have a lot of power. I'll try it. I heard the Gran Turismo games don't feature damage precisely for the reason you specified. Yeah, with GT, I mean, I don't know about GT7 because I don't have PS5, but I know for the early games in particular, once they started to incorporate damage modeling, it was just kind of mechanical damage modeling. Like, you would notice your steering the angle of your steering would go off, things like that. You would never see any cosmetic damage, and yeah, some of it was because there were certain manufacturers who just don't want their cars to be wrecked in games. I'll try battling. These Mitsubishis are actually really quick though. Yeah, I love particularly the old Gran Turismo games. Like Gran Turismo 1 is like one of my favourite games ever. It also kind of shapes some of the music I listen to as well, because a lot of the music in GT1 is stuff I listen to this day, so... Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to try and pit me there. Yeah, unfortunately, that pit maneuver has got them in the battle. So I will re-battle ways. Yeah, it does seem like pit maneuvering is the way to go. Jaguar doesn't want the cars to get wrecked in game. They'd rather pay advertising agencies to do that for them. Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah, I love like really old Jaguars, but I mean, literally, I mean, you know, I quite like old Jaguars. I do not like new Jaguars, and I particularly do not like that brand new one they showed off. Yeah, that's like a really beaten up old Model X J220 that I got as a kid and just kept it. I do have quite a lot of diecast model cars though as well, I just don't have any on display at the minute. Yeah, F-Type looks nice. I do like the F-Type. They've stopped making that now, though, haven't they? They've canned it. Right, let's try racing you again. Please don't pit maneuver me this time. That really is tricky, yeah. Last time I went to Japan, I bought a few diecasts while I was there. I also have what is probably the most Japanese model car you can imagine. I have a Hatsune Miku Super GT model. If you don't know, basically there is a racing team in Super GT, which is basically sponsored by Good Smile and Hatsune Miku. So the car is always covered in Hatsune Miku. Which is very funny seeing, you know, a very, very serious racing championship with Hatsune Miku on the car. We are starting to reel it in a bit. Oh, he binned that totally, and I almost binned it watching. Did he send you a pic from the local car meet? Yeah, sure, yeah. Easy, yeah, exactly. Just wait for them to wreck. I need to show you this Hatsune Miku model now. Yes, I don't know how well it'll show up because it's in the box, but it's wild. Like, if you watch Super GT racing, it is absolutely wild just seeing all these insane race cars and then just a random one with Hatsune Miku all over it. They've done it for years though. But yeah, I have a lot of model cars. I tend to sort of rotate what I display in the cabinet, so. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there's loads of models for like really obscure cars as well. I know when I went to Japan last time, I went to Akihabara, and there was a lot of model stores in Akihabara. And there was some in there that were, you know, they were just full of, you know, if you wanted model trains, there'd be a shop just full of model trains. If you wanted model buses, yeah, there's a shop full of model buses. It's kind of crazy. So there's one rival there. Yeah, I think going forward, what we'll probably do is, obviously Phantasy Star is always going to be the main thing I focus on, but you know, every so often we'll just like throw a game in, just something I enjoy playing. Also, let me know if there is anything you want to see me do as well. You know, if you want to see more of this, let me know. If you want to see other games. DM join Discord. Alright, I'll check that in a minute. Let's have a look, actually. Yeah, so that is... It's a Vauxhall Astra, isn't it? A Vauxhall Astra, but covered in Hatsune Miku. I respect it. I think it would have worked better on a Japanese car, personally, but... Delivery actually looks really good. It actually looks good, yeah. Right, come on. Where are these rivals? There's one there. Someone also wants to talk to me in that parking area. There's a lot of rivals out, but they're not really near where I am. Play whatever you like. Like, what they're going to do, update Phantasy Star Online with another anti-aliasing shader. Yeah, I mean, personally, you know, I'm never going to get bored of playing Phantasy Star games, but it is nice to have other games that I can fall back on as well. I'm not exactly going to pivot over to a racing channel, you know, but like, it's nice just to have some variety now and again. Is that an Evo? It is. Speaking of, did you try the 60 FPS tool for PSO? I have not tried it. Your niche should just be Japanese things. Just anything relating to Japan in general. Please don't pit maneuver me. Oh, he's really not very quick. That was not the best way of doing that. So yeah, should I go past on the wide open part of the road, or should I squeeze through the gap that's too small for the car? Go through the gap that's too small for the car, that'll work. Tokyo Xtreme Racer, what throwback wishes was on console? Yeah, I think it's only on Steam at the minute, isn't it? I can't remember now if they're planning on doing a console release or not. I'm sure I remember seeing that they are going to do a console release at some point, but I could be wrong. Can you use nitrous to do very mean pit maneuvers? You could. Such as... There you go. Start streaming ramen mukbangs. Yeah, something to think what I'm going to do when I get to Japan regarding the channel. It depends if I can get a good data plan. If I can get a really good data plan for Japan, then I might do like some stuff while I'm there, but I can't guarantee it. I'll definitely upload photos and stuff on the Discord though, for sure. That is another Evo. You are quite high level, so this might be hard. This is a terrible place to rest. You are very defensive. I like how we just both immediately bin it. That's like the third time this stream that someone has binned it there. It is funny though. There's another game that's like it. I think it's called Japanese Tuner or something. It's supposed to come out later this year. Japanese Drift Master. Yeah, I think someone mentioned that earlier. Does your level actually make you faster, or is it a general indication of milestones you've achieved? Generally, I think your level kind of relates to things like perks you've unlocked and so on, so generally at a higher level you will have more perks and generally be quicker. You also have generally more cars unlocked as well and more performance parts available. For the AI, generally the higher level they are, the faster they are, or the just better drivers they are. For level 12, they really should have been a better driver than that. I think it's just the thing with the AI at the minute that for some reason the AI just doesn't really seem to handle the split in the road very well. I think they have said that they are still working on the AI though. Generally, it's good for the most part. It's just now and again it'll mess up. Again, early access. Yeah, if I can get a good data plan for Japan, then I might try and, you know, stream a little bit when I'm there, but I can't guarantee it. I'm also aware that streaming in a lot of places in Japan is very, very difficult to do, and a lot of places don't like you doing it, so... I almost feel sorry for this guy. He's level 2, but you are really easy money. He's trying so hard. Yeah, I feel the handler model could maybe do with a little bit of tweaking in this game. Because it does feel almost impossible to drift. Or to hold a drift is probably the best way of putting it. You can get the back end of the car to come out a little bit. But then it's almost like it's glued to the road. It kind of snaps back. Even if it was like handbrake, it's like... So if I like handbrake here, see it kind of steps a bit but then it kind of snaps back. I'm guessing I'm going to assume it's a decision to make the handling a bit more stable for when you're doing like the really fast battles, because I suppose you don't want your car to be unstable at high speed. But it does feel a little bit weird, particularly at low speed. So I would like the sort of the rear axle to slip a bit more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it kind of feels a bit like slot cars. Farming Sherpas. I tend to find this that all I do is, like, when I'm driving around, I'll battle more or less anyone that I come across because it's all free money anywhere. But yeah, you do mainly want to be looking out for the rivals that you still need to unlock, which we've done a few this stream. They actually annihilated me. I have no idea why they were so fast. Oh, they are level 11 actually. Yeah, so they are a harder battle. This isn't necessarily a lobby car. We'll try again. I'm not being outdone by a pink A86. Yeah, this one is not a chirp, but yeah, they're actually a really good driver, this one. By which I mean, I hope you've been it. Nah, they've got me again here. I think I need to get them on a part of the map where I can kind of cut them off or something. Or alternatively pit maneuver them. Again, my tyres are getting a bit low as well, so that doesn't help. Try again. I do like how you can just rebattle them immediately. Yeah, they've definitely got a lot more acceleration low down. And again, this is about the most I can tune this car at the minute. So I can't get this quicker at the minute. Yeah, she's just absolutely walking away from me. I have beaten her before, I think. Oh, she did crash, I think. We'll take that. It's kind of funny that a lot of the time you do is kind of rely on the opponent crashing. She is catching me very quickly. That didn't help. Her tyres have gone. Yeah, tyres have totally gone, more or less. Yeah, so her arrow's in green, so I have beaten her before. It's kind of crazy how fast the tyres fall off. And once you get down to about maybe a third on your tyres, the grip just disappears. And then it goes from basically feeling like you're stuck on rails to like you're driving on ice. So we're now a full throttle magician. I actually have quite a lot of battle points, so maybe I can unlock some perks, maybe. Okay, so we could unlock those. So these perks basically, the attack one increases the damage that you do to the opponent's health by being ahead of them, and the defense one decreases the health drain when you're behind someone. There's like ways to boost your gauge as well, so you've got a bit of a bigger gauge. There's ways to like reduce the SP reduction that you lose when you hit another car. So there is quite a lot of different perks you can go for. I like this one long runner because it means that if I just stay out, I get free money after a while. Pit maneuver trait. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is that one as well, yeah. Wall is a friend. SP reduction upon contact with a wall decreases by 20%. So I guess if you go with that tree, you basically become the pit maneuver guy. You do have to be very careful what you spend your points on though, because they're shared amongst so many things. So raising your attack and defense costs points. Getting any of these perks cost points. There's also these perks that do things like increase your garage size for more cars or increase your wallet size. Unlocking new cars cost points. So you basically have to unlock the cars here before they appear in the dealer, and then you can buy them. And also unlocking all the tuning parts cost points as well. So you need to be really selective about what you unlock. Again, I think in the full game it'll probably be less of an issue because you'll have a lot more rivals. But because of how it is at the minute, you only get the points for beating the rivals the first time. So once you've beaten them once, you cannot get more points from that specific rival. So yeah, you just have to be very careful about what you unlock. So there is some stuff here. Yeah, you need to level up the brand basically to get the cars. So it rewards you for like brand loyalty. So it kind of makes sense to try and stick with one brand if you can. That's why I started with the MX-5, because I knew I wanted to go towards the RX-7. So by unlocking the MX-5 first, I can just work my way through the Mazda tree. So there is some more gear here. So we do have some more stuff we can unlock for tuning. That might help actually. Again, with these as well, by unlocking them here, you unlock them in the shop. So, yeah, so for example, if I got better tyres, it will unlock them, but then I need to buy them. And they're really expensive. Yeah, because as you do, you know, I've unlocked basically all the power stuff to make it go fast. The stopping part, not so much. I think tyres might be the way to go next. Yeah, let's get those. So now we've unlocked the tyres. So now if I go to, I think it's in tune, I think. Also, this music, this reminds me so much of the early Gran Turismo games. It just sounds like it's pulled from a Gran Turismo game to me. So yeah, so to upgrade the tyres to level 3 is 868,000 credits. That's not how much it'll cost every time I want to change tyres, it's just to unlock that level of tyre I need to pay that much. And then once I've got it, then I can just equip those tyres. And the only time I'll pay more is if I need to put more tyres on while I'm out on a night. And we've got 3.8 mil, so I think that is probably worth going for. There is some upgrades here as well we can get. I think tyres are the main bottleneck we've got. I mean, maybe transmission and clutch might help as well to get quicker shifts, because we seem to be losing at the start of the races. Things are pulling away from me, so maybe that'll help. Or we can upgrade the intake more as well for more power. Yeah, there is more power mods as well actually, so we could make the car even faster. I don't necessarily think I need this necessarily at the minute though. I think the car is maybe quick enough for now. It'll need upgrading later on. But I think for now, tyres definitely. Maybe suspension as well actually, because the suspension's only level 1. Yeah, we'll upgrade that. So by upgrading the suspension now, we get access to some more of the suspension settings. So, you know, if you're into, you know, altering all of your settings and everything, you can do all that in this. So if I got the suspension now, you can see I can alter things like the front rear spring rate, the damper rate, the damper balance. A lot of this you kind of have to like look up to see what it does, unless you really know about cars. For me, I love cars, but I'm not great mechanically. So I generally have to look up and see what exactly these do to the handling and everything. Thankfully, there is a little help thing in the game, so it does give you like a brief description of what each does. So it says like, if I set the spring rate to soft, it'll improve stability during sharp curves, where if you set it to a harder spring rate, it'll reduce body roll. So it does help that they give you that. But yeah, you can spend a lot of time in this just tweaking with the car, tweaking the settings. There'll be certain parts of the map that different settings will work for as well. If you're racing around like the Bayshore part of the map, you want a car that's got a lot of top end speed because there's a lot of straight parts of the map. Where if you're doing the C1 loop, it's a lot tighter and twistier, so you probably want better acceleration for that. So there is a lot to do. But yeah, I think we'll probably end that there, I think, for today. So I know this has been like a very, very different stream to normal. And again, this is not going to be like the normal thing to do, but we might revisit different games every so often. It'll probably be on Wednesday streams and probably every few weeks, because obviously I want to focus on trying to get through the Phantasy Star classic games, but every few weeks maybe we'll take a break and do something else. It's hella fun. Oh, glad to hear that. Yeah, it's just something a bit different. I'm not saying it'll be this every time, but you know, it's just to try and vary up a little bit what we do on the channel. Thanks to the Bitskill, much appreciated. Been cool to see. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, thanks, dude. But yeah, I'll end that there for today. As always, if you have enjoyed the stream, please consider liking, subscribing, or joining as a member. You can also follow us up on Twitch. You can follow on XL Bluesky, SectionSkyly, and also Discord channel as well, which will be a link to in the description as well. Next boost on PSO is Rare Monsters, so don't feel bad about playing it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind a Cycle Wand, but I can kind of wait for Anniversary, honestly, for that. Yeah, next stream will be on Sunday. That will probably be PSU, I think, to check out the Clementine event. Yeah, and then next Wednesday we'll go back to Phantasy Star III. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for the next stream. So whatever you're doing, hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you then. See you guys.